Bad data in your business costs you money, plain and simple. Whether it's a duplicate customer record, inconsistent financial categories, or systems that don't talk to each other, it all adds up to chaos. So in this episode, we're going to break down the biggest data mistakes that we see in $1 to $10 million businesses and exactly how to prevent them. If I haven't met you yet, I'm Roman. I'm the founder of Full Send. We help growth stage businesses clean up their finances and data operationally so that they can scale with confidence. If your QuickBooks, your CRM, your ops systems feel like it's just kind of like that digital junk drawer, this episode's for you. We're going to step out of that mess and learn a little bit about how we can build a better data engine for our businesses. So the first mistake we see most often for these types of businesses is that they let every single system, QuickBooks, CRM, project management tool, define its own rules. This fragmentation of data creates these invisible errors in your business. So your reporting might be misaligned, your forecasts might be inaccurate, and you may be duplicating the work required to run a healthy business. How do we fix this problem? You create a single master taxonomy, even a simple shared Google Sheet, to define something like a customer segment, a revenue category, or a deal stage. For instance, the small business segment, you could have the mid-size business segment, and maybe enterprise. So how you define those is going to be really important. You need definition behind those customer segments so that everybody across your business is using the same information and the data speaks to one another across your systems. One easy way to do this is by using drop-downs and locked fields wherever possible so that you can enforce consistency at the data entry level. The second mistake that we see most often here is relying on manual data entry across your tools. The problem is that humans are inconsistent. When you rely on your team members to provide or update information across systems, you get typos, you get delays, you get stale data. And this is not ideal when you're trying to run a business that requires data to make decisions. So how do you fix that? There are so many automation tools these days, Zapier, Make, or maybe even using internal workflows to your systems like HubSpot workflows. All of those automations can help sync data at the trigger point. So not just a scheduled export of data that you rip down, you format, and then you upload to a different system. This is a point-to-point data automation where you ingest data in one location and send it to another. Thus, it's the exact same data coming across. And you don't have the issues that deal with data consistency. What we're trying to get to here is creating a source of truth. This is actually the data lives that we rely on to make decisions, because we know that across all of our systems, it may be different. You can build in webhook-based syncing in order to reduce the lag and mismatches of data coming across into your source of truth. The third mistake that we see most often is that there are no validation rules on key fields. In every business, there are key fields of information that are required to be correct in order for you to invoice your customers, to pay your vendors, to aggregate data to understand how to make decisions. So an example here could be customer records. Your team can enter in Acme Company in one field, and then in another field, enter in Acme Company LLC. And right there, you automatically have duplicate records. So you need to have validation rules to determine whether or not that is the same customer record, or in fact, those are two separate companies that just happen to be similarly named. In order to fix it, we need to set up required fields, drop-downs, and field level validation, especially in your CRM in accounting tools. You can also use tools like Deduply, InCycle, or even HubSpot has a built-in duplicate management system to help prevent this mess before it spreads. You just don't want to allow free text in any of your financial systems for vendors, classes, product service names, customer records, things like that. The free text is just an open door to issues across your data in your systems. The next mistake we see most often is that there's no data standardization. So one system can report data in a calendar month, another system can use 445 weeks, and then another system uses transaction dates. So it becomes really difficult to align reports to the actual dates that you're trying to pull from. And when you've got mismatching data and timing differences, you're not going to get the right KPIs, you're not going to get the right information in order to make quality decisions. So you just have to make sure that there's standardization across your systems. You can choose one single reporting rhythm, maybe like a monthly calendar is most common here. So you need to align your start and end date, align your naming conventions, and then start to look at period locking to make sure that you've got data locked in that period and cannot be altered after the fact, with the exception of some administrative folks or people that need to get in to make changes after the fact. The last mistake here, ignoring human habits in your system is going to lead to a lot of challenges. Your team likely has workarounds for the system limitations that may be imposed by the tools that you use. They might rename records, create duplicate tasks, skip fields entirely, especially when they're under pressure to deliver against a goal that they have as a team member, creating a ton of data inconsistency in your systems. So what you need to do is train to the process, not just on the tool, but the way in which they can utilize the system and the process most effectively in order to extract the data most intelligently. If you can use a task checklist and SOPs that are built into your tools, like an example would be using required fields as part of your sales pipeline stages, or an AP approval workflow, what you need to do is make sure that you're monitoring exceptions regularly and not just one point in time at the end of the month or at the end of the quarter, because what happens is that the team gets into a rhythm of maybe utilizing an exception that just works for them, and then it starts to compound over time into an issue that may not be discovered until it's too late. And then you've got a big cleanup project to unwind that exception. Our data team specializes not only in automations and making sure that data is flowing really well, but delivering data hygiene and data cleanliness to ensure that you're able to utilize this in a really effective manner to grow your business. Not only that, but you create a much better foundation to allow AI to sit on top of your data to learn context, to then build agents and build a little bit more complexity in how you're using AI to be future ready and ready for what comes next in a generation where every business is using AI. You don't really need a massive ERP or a data team to get your systems in shape. Like, you really just need to stop letting the mess compound. So set the rules, automate some of those handoffs, train the team to respect the system, because ultimately, like, that clean data that your systems provide will enable you to make clear decisions on the back end. I hope that's helpful for you. Please feel free to reach out to us at howdy@thefullsend.com or check us out online. We got a bunch of case studies on this at thefullsend.com.